Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, VChain VET, Tron TRX, and Binance. First tweet of the day is from XRP Center on Twitter, November 15th, 2019. SBI Ripple Asia, SBI Remit, and TP Bank Vietnam announced the start of the first Japan-Vietnam remittance service using RippleNet. We will also develop remittance services that incorporates crypto in the future. This is by Yoshitaka Kitao. Here within the real official statement from SBI Ripple Asia on the 15th of November, the adoption of RippleNet will further differentiate the company from its competitors. We will also develop remittance services that incorporates crypto assets within the future. So again, many people in the past said banks will never touch XRP. Digital assets are not for banks, is not going to work out. This is the living example of how it is going to be working, and that it really does work. Talking about that though, talking about how many people are using XRP, we're seeing record upon record upon record. Today, most likely another big record in the liquidity index for Bitso for Mexican pesos and XRP. We can see it here once more. The day is only 67% done when this was tweeted out, and we were already at almost the all-time high already, and we're really just seeing that they're breaking all-time high after all-time high after all-time high, time upon time again. There's no stopping this, and it's only going to get better. Now, when Brent Garlinghouse said that 2019 was the best year so far, we knew that that was definitely so far, and it was definitely just the start of things. 2019 was going to be the best year, 2020 is going to be the next best year, 2021 is going to be the next best year. Jack the Rippler XRP or Ripple XRP on Twitter says XRP will be used through the Swift network, hashtag XRP the standard, and there's a little 25-second video attached.
So, all kind of new exciting ideas, and what we would like to do is to stimulate, together with the fintech community, the whole ecosystem of fintech, stimulate even more co-creation, more value added, on the edge that leverage this new exciting platform using APIs. There you go. I used the word exciting. Fundamentally exciting. And I think it is.
And I'm kind of wondering if he actually is Belgian or Dutch or something like that, because he sounds like one. You know, you can definitely hear it a little bit from the accent that he is most likely not a native English speaker, but who knows, who can tell. Jack the Rippler actually has been putting up a lot of quality content here. Quite a lot of tweets from different spaces and just really positive stuff. Here's a boom. We love Swift. Everyone will use XRP. Another little teeny weeny video.
The first thing we did was celebrate the great success of Swift for corporates, and we've come a very long way together. We also discussed how we would take the proposition further, working with the corporates and the banks within the community to really grow the proposition, to grow the corporates that use Swift and add more value to corporates around the world through Swift. We also spoke about the mission statement of Swift for corporates, which is for Swift to be the most preferred secure network for multi-bank corporates globally. We touched on many new things we can do together, and we also spoke a lot about how the community, the corporate world, could make more use of the banking networks through Swift and through using some of the capabilities that we are developing together for compliance, for security, for identification, for trade digitization, as well as purely connecting to the Swift network to create much faster.
That was the most important part of that. On at Fiat Lake on Twitter, they say XRP liquidity increased by 199.9 thousand% or 199,900% from 100,000 to $200 million daily. You can read more on the website, but I think on its own, it's already pretty exciting how insane this has grown. Like, wow, if you see it from that perspective. At CryptoBull2020 on Twitter, he says, I have seen these market manipulations now for 2 years. The big boys don't want you to be rich, and this I can definitely confirm. They want you to sell right now. So what you got to do is stay calm and keep your XRP safe. Now, again, to kind of put this in perspective here, there's tons of market manipulation. I'm just really a fan of that, even though everybody can make up their own opinion. And this is definitely a subjective concept, as a lot of people are saying, no, it's not true. A lot of people are saying the big boys don't care about you. They don't care if you're rich or not rich, yada, yada, yada. But I personally am of this opinion, and that's all of these videos. They're just purely my opinion, not financial advice, and just for entertainment purposes only. I personally think that there's a lot of market manipulation. I also certainly think that the big boys, the whales in the market, don't really want you to be rich. At least they want to take advantage of you. They want to make sure they make money off of your money, and most likely that's going to be off of your loss. And they want you to sell right now. That's again so they can have some profit there. That's not necessarily sell. It could also be they want you to buy right now so they can push the price down, make you buy more. They can push the price down again, make you buy more, meaning that they keep making profit with the shorts. There's a lot of possibilities right there. So not saying that they want you to sell. But the last part is stay calm and keep your XRP safe. I would more so say stay calm and have some steady hands. So make up your conclusion or your ideas up front. Make sure you have a set goal and a set plan in mind, and then follow through with it. Don't let some small volatility change your ways, as that is most likely what the case is going to be. That's most likely what they're going to be wanting. So make sure you have a straight mind, strict, and know what you want to do. At XRP Euphoria, Andrew and some numbers, XRP Euphoria on Twitter says, my buddy is ready to buy his first XRP. He asked me why I was reluctant initially to tell him about the opportunity. I said I didn't want to encourage an investment that could retrace 90% in a year. His response, yeah, but you'll only lose that if you sell. Dude's already a pro. Now, the fun part is that this is not something I would recommend you guys to do. I would actually personally never recommend you to tell your friends to buy into something just because it can really, really hurt relationships. Same goes for your family, for anybody. It's most likely going to be better if you never invite people to invest with you, unless it's something you can really influence yourself. Like, for example, the more effort you put in, the more it's going to benefit. Things like that, you might be able to tell them to invest into, or a retirement fund, things like that. But in this case, these very, very volatile coins, I definitely don't think it's the best idea. In this case, though, the person is really aware of his situation. He says, yeah, you only lose that if you sell, and he's aware most likely that it can go down a crazy amount. So I guess from that perspective, yeah, you can help him out, you can provide, but also just a small little tip right there for everybody who's debating on whether or not to tell his friends about his investments or to persuade others to fall into the same category. I personally would stay away from it just because it can really hurt. I've seen it before, guys, so that's why I'm telling you. At Alex Jefferson 09 on Twitter, he says, XRP is not digital gold. It is digital oil, the world's monetary lubricator for the entire financial system. The world's oil value is over $100 trillion. XRP will be the most valuable asset ever. Period. Now, also when you're talking about the most valuable asset ever, I'm kind of debating because there's no real need for XRP, the coin, to be the most valuable asset, and it's also not a store of value, so that also I do not see as the main priority or the main goal, but it will be valuable. And I guess from a certain perspective, you can kind of see oil is the lubricant of the system, and XRP is the lubricant or the kind of the bridge asset in the financial system. So from that perspective, yeah, you can kind of state that it works. There's no direct correlation though, as digital oil gets used and is kind of quote unquote wasted or done for, and XRP can always be reused and reused. You kind of buy and sell it, but nothing really happens to it. So it's kind of a reusable asset. Oil was kind of not, but they're saying digital oil. So from that perspective, again, I can understand what they're trying to say, and I do support this. I do support this this one right here. Here's somebody else says, personally, I think it's both, sir, from boy_XRP on Twitter. And he has a picture attached that says, banks, he said, will have gold that you can only teleport into any vault in the world instantly. Yeah. Alex or Proguera on Twitter says, how do I join the XRP army? They seem pretty cool. I actually do think that's an interesting question, just because it is actually, from a certain perspective, so simple. Like, you just put out one tweet and tons of people start to just retweet and like and everything. But on the contrary, you can be tweeting about XRP for a year now, and it could be that nobody has really noticed you, or nobody, has connected with you in any way, shape, or form. It's definitely possible, and I do think that is quite interesting to a certain to a certain extent, because also for me, I used to cover all cryptos in different videos, and I just noticed that at some points I did love it, at some points I didn't, but I do want to get back to that at one point in the future. But then I really was not known in XRP community at all. I guess nobody really gave a shit. Nobody ever knew. Nobody ever retweeted. And it suddenly changed when you start to focus a little bit more on Ripple XP, or start to, post a little bit more about it, or start to tweet a little bit more about it. So my guess, or my advice there, is just to try a little bit, try communicating with people, try retweeting, and try commenting under a lot of those tweets, just to make your tag known, or to make sure people see you, because they will. And at first it might look like nobody sees you, but for example, Peru Crypto, our guy, the tip master, let's look him up here, Peru. At first, I guess not that many people knew him, right? But he's really building his own way up here in terms of followers, and just becoming a real behemoth in the space here, just for being unique, being, tipping everybody out. And you might be saying like, yeah, but I can't tip everybody. He tips 0.01 XRP. That's the smallest part of a cent. Anybody could do that if they wanted to. But yeah, that's just the way you want to make yourself big. In the end, he could, in theory, have gotten much more back from it in tips if he wanted to sell out in that, if he wanted to. But no, I think he's just doing it for the sake of making himself known, being a good guy in the community, and it's his unique thing. I do definitely appreciate the hustle right there for him, and it's worked. He's definitely hustling for it, and again, doing a good job right there, Peru. XRP Junkie at ODL Junkie on Twitter says, the best thing about being an early adopter to this space is we got in early. The worst thing about being an early adopter in the space is we got in early. So a lot of people might not understand what this means. You got in early, so you got the lower prices, but you also got in early, so you got the lower prices. That's how I would like to state it. You are early here, so yeah, of course you're early to the party. And I mean, you got all the booze for yourself at that party. You got all the talking that you want, because I mean, everybody's just standing there. But on the contrary, there's not that many people right there. There's not that much booze yet, because people gotta bring it. There's not that much buzz. There's not that loud of a music. There's not really that much of a party yet. Same kind of goes for XRP. The good parts are going to be coming in later, and the good part is that we're here early so we can get all the benefits, but the bad part is that we got to wait for all of that to happen since we're here so early. If you got in later, you would probably get a higher price, but that would also mean that for the early guys like us, that's a lot better, because then we're at a higher price already. Now over into Binance. Binance adds support for Turkish lira and Bitcoin XRP Ether trading pairs. I just noticed this and thought, hey, that's good to see, because you don't really hear too much about Turkish pairs. Binance Crypto Exchange has added support for buying Bitcoin and other cryptos with Turkish lira through its local digital wallet partner Papara. The exchange unveiled the addition on its website on November 15th, 1 week before CEO Changpeng Zhao visit to Turkey. According to the website, Turkish users are now able to exchange lira for BTC, Ethereum, and XRP through the Papara digital wallets. So that's here at the bottom right there. You can see Turkish lira for BTC, Ethereum, and XRP. Tron's Weibo account officially banned following Binance. I just noticed this as well. Tron Weibo account is officially banned. Another case in don't overread the Chinese blockchain, not crypto narrative. Tron's Weibo account, Chinese Twitter, is now shut down due to violation of law and regulation. Yeah. So China, or I think right now, are happy with blockchain, but against crypto from this perspective. At least that's how I'm seeing it. The Chinese social network Weibo has blocked the official account of Tron cryptocurrency project, accusing it of violating its primary laws. The management partner of Primitive Ventures, Dovey Wan, published this on their Twitter account. Hey, Dovey Wan, actually we have seen her quite a lot of times before. At the same time, the Chinese platform removed all content and subscribers on Tron's account. The account has been suspended for violation of laws and regulations, as well as relevant provisions of the Weibo Community Convention, such as post greets visitors when they enter the project's profile. Yeah, it's what they do, guys. Is what they do. You gotta follow the rules. You gotta be really specific with what you do. It's too bad. VChain gets a good word from the Chinese government and a few partnerships, and the price does this. I'm actually interested, though, how is the Chinese government looking towards cryptocurrency? Now, I still do not completely understand what it is. Here, they're kind of stating it as if China is really against crypto. Similar today, the account of Binance crypto exchange was also closed down. The reason for banning both of Tron and Binance accounts is identical. However, the launch of Binance P2P trading for Chinese residents through WeChat and Alipay could be the reason behind the decision of the social network. The initiative was supposedly launched in a test for Android users, and in the future will also be implemented for iOS and in the web interface. On the background of the ban, Bitcoin price dropped to 8,500 mark according to CoinMarketCap. I don't know if that's correlated either. However, Justinson said he's already communicated with Weibo and will do everything to promote the adoption of blockchain tech in China, complying with regulations in the country. So yeah, here's more news on China, but still I don't completely know exactly what their idea is. Really, I don't know. I'm not understanding it yet, and I will be checking it out a little bit more, but I need some time to, get acquainted with their exact situation. So here at the bottom here, she's saying, just in H&T Chain Newscom, regulatory bodies from Inner Mongolia will dedicate resources in restricting crypto mining within the province. Xinjiang and Inner Mongolia are where most coal mining are based of, though I doubt this will have any impact. And one thing to pay attention this time is it mentioned not just crypto mining, but also cloud computing, big data, IDC, and data center are included in the effort of screening. Crypto mining businesses usually disguise as above legit businesses in the eyes of Chinese regulators. Again, it's definitely interesting, but we're going to be seeing it. Now over to VChain. VChain gets a good word from the Chinese government and a few partnerships, and price does this. Now, a few partnerships is definitely, most definitely not the way we're going to state that. Please, that's not really at all what I would like to see right there. We all know that that's not the case. We all know that they've had tons of partnerships over a very long period of time. Solid growth, solid partnerships set, and just over a very long period of time they've been increasing those. So I definitely don't think that the partnerships really have much to do here with the price rising, as that's not really been the case for any point in the past either. It's most likely just the Chinese government. First of all, Binance has been the biggest catalyst of VChain, as that's really the point where it got some real recognition here, getting listed on Binance US. And VET gets a good word from the Chinese government and a few partnerships and prices. This XRP in talks with 50 central banks, 300 plus clients, MoneyGram 24 plus, using ODL, citing 2 to 3 contacts a week, weekly positive news, and zero price movement. Well done, Miko VS, let it go. Now, again, I personally think this is utterly useless. Shane Nixon, no hard feelings to you, but I don't think your tweet suddenly really works out at all. Now, first of all, VChain, please differentiate VChain the foundation, VChain Foundation, and VChain Thor, the cryptocurrency. Because I'm assuming here a lot of people don't even know what the differences are or what the company does and what the coin is used for. I'm just really interested to see which of you guys actually knows what VChain does, or which ones of you guys are just following him because of the hype and because of other people doing it, For XRP, the coin has some other utility than VChain does, and also VChain has been having solid partnerships, but so has XRP, and I think it's just now because VChain got with government, in the good eye of government and good eye of Binance, that it's gotten so much popularity, and XRP has not gotten any of those hypey price spikes or anything like that right now. They just got solid growth in terms of positive developments, news, and partnerships, but the partnerships part, I don't really think that's what makes the price do good. I think it's mostly just the Chinese gov and Binance. But again, that's my personal opinion. If you do not agree, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Many will have different opinions. It's all fine. But in the end here, he does have a certain point. VChain has been having this, and the price is up. XRP has been having a lot of that stuff as well, but the price is not moving at all. He has a point right there. So again, that's why I said no hard feelings to him at all, because I do understand the idea there. And yeah, I think that was it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you definitely did. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Hopefully you will subscribe to this channel. Make sure you press the like button and make sure you comment down below what coin you'd like to see next. And I'll see you guys again in another one. Take care everybody and have a very nice day.